What's up, YouTubers? Brian Hicks here coming at you. So if you have ran across this video, there's a good chance that you own a Lincoln Town car and are completely frustrated and or upset with the aftermarket shock options for these cars. What I am specifically talking about in this video is the 2005 Lincoln Town car, which is, as we know, 2003 to 2011. I have an '05. So what happens is that your existing shocks wear out in the rear. We're not talking about the fronts at this point in this video, but we're only talking about the rears. So the rear shocks wear out, and you either get a shock that is loose and has no damping and left in it at all because the oil and or gas left it, or you have a concrete shock that no longer, you know, moves. The valving basically seizes up internally. So anyway, what we are talking about here is pretty specific. So if you have done your research and you have arrived at this video, you most likely have tried at least one or two aftermarket brands of rear shocks for your car. This is especially for someone who happens to still have the airbag system installed like I do. So what I am doing is I am buying all of the aftermarket shocks that are available, as well as OEMs, and I am buying them, and then I'm running them for 500 miles on the car, and then I am writing a review. As of current, and the reason I'm doing this video now is just so that there's a little bit of information out there, because if you Google this, it is like it's a minefield of trying to find out good information, especially with AI, coming in the middle of this now. I have tried, and let me back up 1 second. So my car, being an '05, has a 4W13-18080-AB. It has the handling package, and so the AB is a slightly firmer valving than the AA. So because mine has the touring and handling package, it rides a little stiffer. Anyway, it's kind of there were so many different shock part numbers back then, and they've all consolidated into just one or two. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. So I have my '05, and I used to drive back and forth to Durham every day. So I, blew out shocks regularly on every car that I ever drove because the road's really rough. So, that happened with rear shocks on mine. So first, I'm like, I bought some Monroe OE Spectrums, and I am here to tell you that specific set was defective out of the box. They compressed easily, but then got really really stiff, and then would not extend out. So the valving was screwed up from the factory. I have tried those, and I have a second set of those that I have purchased that I have not installed yet. That feel a whole lot better. They go in easily and they come out easily, or come out quickly, which is more kind of what you want with an airbag, because coil springs. Not to jump all over the place in this video. Coil springs have a faster or harder rebound than airbags do. So you need a stiffer rebound valving for coil springs than you do with airbags. Anyhow, so I tried those. They were absolutely terrible. I literally kept them on the car for 50 miles. I mean, it was literally like like that. And so the thing that I did next was I tried the Gabriel Ultras, and the part number at this point escapes me. I will put all the part numbers and stuff that I've tried in a later video. Hopefully, in another 6 months to a year, I'll have all of this information compiled, and I'll have some good info for you guys. And so the next shock that I've tried is the Ash 12277, and those have an extremely high gas pressure, so they will add to your base spring rate. I have not installed them yet, but I have them. They are almost impossible to compress, and I'm going to install those. Those are going to be what goes on the car next. Back to the Gabriel Ultras, one second. The Gabriel Ultras ride extremely stiff. Not like, I mean, I like a soft, pillowy ride. And the Gabriel Ultras would be good if you're looking to really firm up the ride of your town car, but most of us that own these cars still are not interested in a firm ride at all. You don't buy a Lincoln Town car expecting it to ride like a Ferrari or something. I mean, with the handling package, my corner's pretty flat. But the point is that we don't buy these cars and we don't own these cars because we want super firm handling or ride. So anyway, like I say, the Ash 12 277 is an extremely firm shock, but it does ride okay, but it's not really that great. If you're looking for a firm ride, actually, it's kind of a pretty good ride if you're thinking of firm. But like I said, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to install the Ash 12 277s and run them for 500 miles and go from there with that. And what I may do is just do a video series on this, like with each shock. But I may just wait and compile everything. If you guys would like to comment on this and suggest ones for me to try, because I am planning on doing the KYBs, um, the other the Monroe Magnums. Gonna do those. I'm planning to do the Conies. Unfortunately, Socks, SACHS. I may be saying that wrong. They do not make a shock for this car. They used to, but they do not any longer. So I will not be including those. I personally believe that socks are the best. I have those on another vehicle, and they're they ride really nice. Um, Second, um, the second possibility is that I'm going to try some Bilsteins, but in my opinion, or in my like I've tried Bilsteins on an F-250. That was terrible, but those were also B6s. Supposedly the B4s are more along the lines of your Mercedes type ride, but we won't know until we try them. But there's quite a few of us out there that still love these cars, and I myself am 6'7" and I'm not a thin person. So there's not a whole lot of cars that I'm truly comfortable in, and the town cars are you know really great for that. The I own two. I may have said this early in the video, but I own two. One is a 2000, and it's just an executive, so it's a base model, and it has 29,000 miles on it, and we're kind of like holding out for 30. So I don't drive it much because I'm really just trying to preserve the car for when the other one goes away or fails or whatever. Um, I will tell you, the ride on that car. I mean, you hit like a dip in the road. It feels like you move, literally like that, like literally 6 inches up and down. The '05 um, has 117,000 on it. I've got an X pipe as well as some Flowmaster mufflers on it. It's a pretty sweet little ride. Sounds nice. And that's the one that I'm doing the experiments on because that's the one that this that generation of Panther is the one that everybody seems to be having the problems with. So again, um, thanks for listening to this for basically 11 minutes here. And I realize it's just a bunch of rambling about nothing. But in the next video, I will definitely have a lot more information about this problem.